Quadratics can be written one of three ways. So what does vertex form look like? Sometimes it has a number or a symbol outside, and then parentheses, x minus some number, I'm just going to call it h squared, and then plus or minus some number out here. When you do vertex form, you're really finding the minimum and maximum, where h and k, so you see parentheses, h is x, k is y. So h and k is the vertex, okay? It's the minimum or the maximum point. Now you need to really pay attention to the front. This is a listening check. Color and pay attention to the negative on front of h, okay? Right here, this negative right here. It has to be negative. So must be negative. If not, make it negative negative, because a negative negative is going to give me a what? A positive, and you're going to see that in a second. All right, so if there's no negative right here already, you're going to put two negatives there. Other thing I want you to kind of think about, if this is confusing, because this negative must be there, so it's x minus and then h is whatever is after that. So if you don't have a minus, you have to make it minus minus, because two negatives are plus. So I'm going to show you that here, but if it's confusing, I'm going to show you something else to remember. So it has to be x minus, right? So it's not x minus, so what we have to do is rewrite that to 1 over 4x, and I have to have minus, so minus, but now I can't change it to negative. The other way to unchange it to positive is two negatives, because two negatives make a positive. So technically I'm not changing anything, I'm just rewriting it. And the reason that I rewrite it like this is because h is whatever is after the minus. Okay, so you can't find h unless there's already a minus there. So in this case, h is negative 5. Okay, the other way that you can think of it, and I'm going to go ahead and put this over here for you as well, is or opposite of number inside the parentheses. So you can either remember, just take the opposite of whatever is inside for the h value, or you can make it negative negative if it's positive. So what I'm saying is take the opposite of whatever, just what's on the inside only. So this will be positive 5, opposite is negative 5. So it's negative 5 and 2. So you see how it's still negative 5. So either think of it as negative negative, or you can just take the opposite. This one already has a negative, so that would be h right there. Okay, or you can just take the opposite, which would be 2. All right, so whichever way you want to think about it is fine. I'll do example 2 because that's the harder one of the two. So after I do example 2, you're going to go ahead and do example 1. All right, so let's go ahead and do it. All right, so I've rewritten it, and again, you can just take the opposite however you want to do it. A couple of things that I'm going to mention to you. Remember, whatever is outside the parentheses is your a value. Inside is h, outside is k. So we're going to go ahead and first label what I have. So outside, that's a. Inside, and I'm going to label it on this one. Inside is h, and outside is k. Okay, so once you know that, you can do whatever you need to know. So a, remember, so whatever a is, it tells you, whether you're happy or sad. So if a is positive, in this case it is positive, you are happy. So it's going to be going up, which means it has what? Where the vertex is in this case a minimum. And what is that vertex? It's just h and k. Okay, it's just h and k, the number after the negative and the number outside. So the vertex very easily is negative 5 and positive 2. If I know the vertex, I know the axis of symmetry. Do not forget, axis of symmetry is always x equals and whatever the x value of the vertex, which is negative 5. Okay, so pretty simple to grab the vertex. You're just taking the number, the opposite of the number inside and the number outside as it is. So this is negative 5 and this is positive 2. All right, so let's go ahead and double check it. Again, this is negative outside, so this should be going down. All right, if it's going down, it has a maximum. All right, what is the vertex? Remember, it's just the opposite of whatever is inside, so that's 2, and whatever is outside, so that's going to be 2, 1. Or as long as it has x minus, you can just read it, so that's 2 and 1. Your axis of symmetry, once you have the vertex, you always have to go x equals and that number 2. Find the 1.